Okay, hello and welcome, or rather welcome back, because this episode is a part two to what I had started recording earlier, because I had been making a podcast episode about how you can use call to actions in your social media posts so they can increase engagement. And the goal with increasing engagements is we're trying to increase conversions. Conversions is you're trying to get someone to take the next step. The reason why we're trying to get someone to take the next step is because we don't want to be putting up posts for posting's sake. We want to put up posts so that people take actions on the posts and they move a step closer towards engaging us ultimately in a business conversation, in the DMs, or with a phone call, or with an email, or whatever. We're posting because we want people to become customers at the end of the day. We're not just posting for posting's sake. We're not just posting for virality's sake. So I had started that podcast recording earlier. But then, you guys know now we had a full house because of father-in-law's 70th birthday. So everybody has gone back. And now Momsy too wants to travel back home. So the mechanic came. And while I was trying to answer the call to sort him out, that's how I just killed that last recording. I make all the recordings on my phone, and I'm not tech savvy enough to know how to stitch together two files on anyway, let's just say audio editing is not my thing. So that recording, I'll just upload that as part one, and then I'm going to upload this as part two. So if you're listening to this particular one first, just know that there was a prior episode, there was a prior context. So when you finish this one, skip back, listen to the other one, and then you will get the fuller picture of what it is that we're trying to say. So if you love these sorts of things, how do you use social media to make money, to improve your business? These are precisely the kind of things that we talk about over here on the podcast. My name is Tavishima Ayede. I'm the host of the show. So subscribe on Spotify, YouTube, Apple, or any player of your choice if you love this kind of gist, if you love these kinds of things. And if you love to connect with me, then send me a text message or send me a WhatsApp message on 080-6466-2140. Now, for those of you who listened to the prior episode, I hope your eyes just flashed open now. I hope you understand the scope. Because what I have just done is a CTA, call to action. That people who are feeling this vibe, you're feeling this podcast, you're feeling this show, you're feeling my flow, call me, send me a text message, send me a WhatsApp message. That is how I end up getting customers, because I'm putting the call to action in every single episode, at the beginning and at the end. So, for those of you who listened to the first episode, you can see that I'm practicing what I preach. I'm not just putting out content for the sake of putting out content. I'm trying to drive certain kinds of engagements that hopefully will lead to business conversations. Now, it doesn't mean that every single person who engages with a call to action or who takes the next step will going to be a customer. For instance, Lucia, I mentioned her in the last podcast episode. She's one of those people who called me. It didn't end up as a business conversation. Who knows? Maybe 6 months from now, she might say, "Oh, I'm ready." And then she just drops like 3M. And then me and her will start doing business together. But at least when she called now, it didn't translate into a business call. But see, that's the thing about business, and that's the thing about sales and about networking and putting yourself out there. We are trying to increase the odds over time. But it's not as if you use a call to action, then it is guaranteed that you will make money from it. So please, the reason why I'm stressing is because I've been meeting too many people who get bummed out. Like, I've done the post, it's been like 6 months, I'm using CTA, no business, or the people that reach out, nothing. I'm just trying to put out the right expectation, don't be discouraged. Sometimes we need to create better posts. Sometimes we need to, maybe the topics are off, the questions we're answering are off. There are lots of things that we can optimize, but don't always just lose courage and have the right kind of expectations. So it's not as if you do all these sorts of things, you hammer and you make money. So in the previous recording, we already spoke about different kinds of call to actions where you can ask people to comment, you ask a question, you get people to share, polls and quizzes, on and on and on. So No need to make this thing unnecessarily long. If this is your first time of listening to any podcast episode, or you're listening to part 2 first, when you're done, go and listen to part 1. Now, there's one class of call to actions that I didn't talk about before I went to go and meet the mechanic outside. And that's where we have direct sales calls to action. Now, Mark Frank, those of you who are listening now, if you listen to part 1, you understand what I mean. But I'm talking to a podcast listener right now because we've been chatting earlier in the morning. So, Mark Frank, when I said you should put call to actions in your posts, I'm sure you are afraid that I'm asking you to put these kinds of call to actions. You don't always have to use these kind of call to actions, which is, buy now, limited time offer, all these sorts of things. Get people to buy now. Because it can be overdone and you come across as, salesy, and, you come across as, this guy is just overtly promotional. So, you don't have to use these all the time. So in part 1, the call to actions that we spoke about would work quite well. But eventually, my brothers and sisters, let's stop being afraid. Eventually, let's be honest with ourselves. Eventually, we have to get to the point where we start asking people for money. Where we have to start asking people for sales. It's like those of you who are fine boys. You're a fine boy, you're a nice boy. You're still in school. You've been hanging around the babe. And then before you know it, she starts dating Kunle. And you're like, what's happening? Then you're hanging around Nkechi, and you guys are cool, and people are very good friends, and you're studying, and this and this and that and that and that. And then next thing, she's now dating Ahmed. And you're like, Then you're now hanging around Binkwe, and then, you're being all good and everything, and being all cool. You're a nice guy, nothing. You don't want to be too forceful. And then next thing you know, she's dating somebody from Uniben. Eventually, at some point, you have to say, babe, I'm feeling you, can we go solo? I want you to be my special friend. I want you to be my girlfriend. Whatever it is, at some point we have to ask. We can't just stand and look pretty. It's the same thing on social media. We can't just stand and be looking pretty all the time. Eventually, we're going to have to ask people to buy something. That's the reason why we set up this Instagram handle in the first place. We set up our Instagram, we set up our podcast, we set up our website, we set up our whatever, because we are trying to make some moolah. We're trying to get some naira and kobo. So eventually, we have to get to the level of asking direct sales call to actions. So, the ones that are around urgency and scarcity, those of us who are based in Abuja, we see it all the time, especially in fashion. Flash sale. Limited time offer. Only 10 left in stock. The psychology behind it is a FOMO. That's a fear of missing out. So that's what you're trying to inspire in people. So they do this one, a lot in Abuja. I won't be surprised if they do that in Lagos as well. So see, so that's the call to action too. Flash sale. Sale will now be written in big red letters. For those of us who schooled in the UK, that's one of the scopes that they use. You're on the bus, minding your business, you and your girlfriend. People are going for lectures. Next thing, your girlfriend sees, as the bus is driving past Marks and Spencer's, those 4 famous letters, SALE, in red, big, bam. And she'll be like, no, after lectures, I beg, you will escort me. There's one dress that I saw. It is La Senza. It is this, that. The last time I saw it, it was £30. Now that this sale is here, the thing could come down. I'm saying this because I lived this. I lived it. I'm on the bus with my girlfriend. Then she was my girlfriend. Now she's my wife. And then she sees those 4 letters. And then she loses her mind. And then all day is sale. And then when we finish work or when we finish lecture, he's rushing down to take advantage of the sale. So that one too is a call to action. Flash sale, bright, red, exclamation mark, flash sale. Babes will pull into your shop to come and see. Limited time offer. Only 10 left in stock. Slide in DM to buy now. That's also a call to action. In fact, that one, it's not a matter of we are hoping it will lead to a sale someday. We are hoping that it will lead to a sale today. When we use those call to actions, that's what we're hoping for. That today, I want somebody to slide into that DM, to knock on my phone. I say knock on my phone, to knock on my door, or to call my phone. I want a sale now. I need money now. Then, of course, call to actions that try to inspire direct purchases. Buy now, get 20% off. Buy two, get one free. That one is not hoping for a sale tomorrow. That one is hoping for a sale now. I don't see those ones in Abuja, buy two, get one free. Never saw them in Lagos, buy two, get one free. But in the UK, I used to see that a lot. Buy two, get one free. Then, let's see, what else? Okay, book your appointment today. That's also another call to action. Like these, what do you call them? In Abuja here, we have massage parlors. Should I call it massage parlor? Those places where you go, they rub you up and down, they put oil on you, they, massage you, crack your bones, halloumi massage. Is it halloumi massage or something? There's one of those massages that my wife said that if you do this thing, that it is heavenly. I said, which thing? Then she showed me the video, and they took sand, and then they mixed the sand with clay, and then they mixed the clay with some kind of dirt, and then they mixed the dirt with the oil, and then they rubbed it all over the babe. And I'm like, how is this thing supposed to be pleasurable? They're taking ashes and sand and clay and some kind of herbs, and then they're rubbing it all over your skin. Like, do you know what they're rubbing on you? My wife said that it is heavenly. That by the time you finish, that your skin will feel smooth, and by the time they wash you down, you feel fresh, and then you go and sleep and everything. And I'm looking, and to be honest, I am not convinced. There's another one that will now put hot stone on your body. Hot stone. They say it's massage we're doing. Anyway, so we have those kinds of places in Abuja. I don't know if you guys have them in Lagos. My wife swears by them. I don't agree. Well, I must confess, I only went for one. That was a pedicure. Yeah, pedicure. They put my feet in a like basin or something. Well, I sat on this funny chair. Then they ran some nice hot water. Then they put some kind of oils and things like that. Then my feet were supposed to sink. Supposed to soak inside, and then that's how I just fell asleep like that, with my feet inside nice warm water. Then eventually they woke me up, and then what did she do again? She cut my toenails. Then she now used one, I think it was like stone. She used stone and just rubbing my leg anyhow. Cha 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 cha. I was afraid. I said, man, this babe is going to draw blood from my leg today. When my wife told me to be calm, that is okay. Now that's how they do it. So they just did that thing. Pia, 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 pia. By the time they finished, the bottom of my leg was looking like baby skin. It was looking fresh, very fresh. And I've been seeing Hausa boys doing this thing. I didn't know that Hausa boys, they know what's up. So I said, is this the life? So yeah, I admit, I did that one, and that one seemed okay. Where was I? I lost my train of thought. So those people now, the call to action that they like to do, if you check their Instagram, the call to action that they like to do is book your appointment today. So that's the call to action that they do. So you can use it as well. So if you don't believe me, go and check the Instagram handles. It's always like that. Latest, newest, halloumi massage. Our new masseuse just flown in from Turkey. She's only going to be around for 15 days. Something. Book your appointment today. Call so and so to book your appointment today. Slide into the DM to book your appointment today. Do you want a touch of Moroccan beauty, spa, skin lightening, something, blah, 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 facial tightening, something. Text 080 something to book your appointment today. That kind of call to action. That is a direct sales call to action. That one is, I am not hoping for orders to come in next month. I am hoping for orders to come in today. I want somebody to book a spot today. But we have to ask. We have to ask. It's not just about being pretty. It's not just about being academic boyfriend. Eventually, you have to tell her, Sister Bissy, we've been hanging out. To be honest, I'm feeling you more than I feel my sister. The way that I'm looking at you, I'm seeing a future with you by my side. And I hope you're seeing that future too. Eventually, you have to tell her. So that if she only sees you as an academic boyfriend, let her break your heart now. Not that you continue hanging out with her after 3 months and then next thing she's with Kunle Adigun. That thing is a heartbreaker. I don't wish that thing on any boy. In fact, you girls, you can be wicked. You girls can be very, very wicked. Anyway, let me move on. Where was I? So, which other call to actions? Okay, now there are some that are supposed to be like you're trying to draw people into some exclusive arrangement. So, members only discount. To unlock your member only discount, do this. You want people to take 1 or 2 steps so that they enter, an exclusive club. And then, let's see. I think that's just it. Because the thing is, if we're going to keep on talking about call to actions, we can be on this from now until tomorrow. But I hope you guys get the philosophy behind call to action and the reason why I'm making today's post. I say post. The reason why I'm making today's podcast episode is because honestly, for those of you who reach out, you guys are quite good at your content game. I check your Instagram handles and I won't lie, your Instagram handle is on point. But the thing is, the Instagram handle is just pretty. Your Instagram handle is just like academic boyfriend. It's just pretty and it's just useful, but you're not asking for anything. If you don't ask, you won't get. So, for that guy back in uni, who was in your class, because that guy is in every single university, who is doing academic boyfriend, eventually he will get married. But the thing is, if he doesn't ask, you take him like 15, 20 years, and then eventually he will get married. But then the other boys like Kunle Adigun, for instance, who are sharp and who can ask that, babe, this is what I want. They will arrive at the promised land a lot sooner. So it's the same in business. It's not just about having pretty social media handles. It's not just about a beautiful Instagram. Is that beautiful Instagram making me money? It's not just about a wonderful viral post. Is that viral post making me money? It's not just about beautiful colors, beautiful patterns, beautiful whatever that we put up on social media. Is all that beauty getting me money? Call to actions are things that we can use to make that journey shorter. The call to action should breed certain kinds of engagements. Those kinds of engagements should breed certain kinds of conversions. Those conversions eventually should lead people into having conversations with us one-on-one, whether they call, whether they come to the shop, whether they send a DM, whether they send an email. We're trying to increase those sorts of things. When we start having those kinds of conversations, then the odds are increased that we should make more money at the end of the day. So remember, this is a 2-parter. If you listen to this, the thing kind of makes sense. You kind of like it. Go and listen to part 1, where you will hear the different categories of call to actions that we explored. Because in this episode, I only looked at direct sales call to actions. So that's it, and that's all. Of course, you won't be surprised if I use my own call to action now, because that's what I do at every single episode, at the beginning and at the end. So if you've been having fun, if it has been making sense, subscribe wherever you're listening to this thing, Spotify, YouTube, or Apple. Keep on listening. We have over 1,200 of these resources on whatever feed you're listening. If you're on YouTube, in fact, on YouTube, I even have some of the TikTok videos. So on YouTube, it is over 1,300 resources that are there. So listen. Apply. Note down stuff. Apply. Try it out. The ones that work, let me know. The ones that don't work, let me know. You're confused, let me know. Like Lucia, who called me today. She was confused about something. She called. I answered the question. And if you would like to connect for any other purpose, call, send a text message or a WhatsApp message to me. I will answer the phone for now. When I'm a big boy, I will hire a PA to be answering the phone. But for now, it's me on the phones. The number is 080-6466-2140. Thank you very much for your time and attention. I'll catch you at some other time. Oh, by the way, sorry about the noise in the background. I'm making today's recording at home, and then, a whole bunch of stuff just going on. NEPA will come back, the siren will blow, Then these people that packed dustbin, they came outside and, all of that. So that's what all the noise was about. So I'll catch you some other time.